Reporters and fans alike are asking the same burning question: what happened to the voice that stopped the world? We are tracking a massive transformation in Jordan's vocal identity as she enters the 2026 season. For years, she was the old soul in a child's body, defined by a haunting, breathy texture that felt like a relic from the 1940s. However, recent live broadcasts show a singer who has completely abandoned that stylistic crutch. Our investigation into her latest performances reveals a seismic shift in her acoustic profile. Industry insiders are suggesting this isn't just natural aging, but a calculated rebranding of her vocal cords. We've observed a sharp decrease in her signature airy resonance, replaced by crystalline clarity that has left the jazz community in a state of absolute shock. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a total rewrite of her musical DNA. As she steps onto the global stage this year, the Prodigy label has been officially retired. The mystery lies in whether this change was a personal choice or a requirement from the high-level executives now managing her trajectory. This transition marks the beginning of a high-stakes gamble for her legacy. Vocal analysts are now coming forward with startling evidence regarding the physical changes in singing technique. When we look at the waveforms of her 2026 recordings, the compression levels are off the charts. Historically, her sound relied on a heavy, almost labored vibrato that critics warned could lead to permanent damage, or what some call a vocal off-keying of her natural range. But today, the data tells a different story. Reporters have consulted with top-tier coaches who confirm she has likely a massive technical overhaul. Her chest voice resonance has increased by nearly 40%, allowing her to belt with a power that was previously non-existent. This level of growth usually takes decades, yet she has achieved it in a mere 24 months. Rumors of intensive, secret vocal in Sweden have begun to surface, suggesting she was hidden away to rebuild her instrument from the ground up. This isn't just evolution, it's a structural reinforcement designed to withstand the grueling demands of a world tour. The question remains, at what cost does this technical perfection come? Many wonder if the soul of her sound was sacrificed for this new, unbreakable mechanical precision. Why did one of the world's most followed vocalists suddenly go dark just before her biggest reveal? Our news team has been tracking the digital footprint of the Jordan camp, and the patterns are suspicious. Following a total blackout of her social platforms, she re-emerged with a sound that few recognized. This tactic is often used by major labels to reset public perception, and it seems to have worked perfectly. Speculation began to swirl that she was recovering from a vocal emergency, a common occurrence for young stars who push their limits too early. While no official medical reports were released, the vocal accusations from purists suggest that her old sound was becoming unsustainable. By disappearing, she created a vacuum of mystery that only intensified the impact of her 2026 debut. Reporters have noted that her team has been incredibly defensive about this hiatus, refusing to comment on her training regimen. This silence only fuels the theory that her new sound is a carefully guarded trade secret. Was the blackout a period of healing, or was it a laboratory for the industry's next big product? The timing of her return suggests a strategic launch rather than a natural artistic progression. A civil war is brewing in the music community, and Jordan is right at the center of the crossfire. Conservative jazz critics are claiming that her 2026 sound is a betrayal of the genre that made her a household name. They argue that by adopting a more polished and commercial tone, she has lost the grit that gave her performances emotional weight. Reporters have captured heated debates among vocal professors who claim her new style is sanitized for pop audiences. This isn't just a matter of taste, it's a conflict over artistic integrity. While she previously channeled the pain of legends like Billie Holiday, her new sound leans into the high-gloss production of modern soul pop. Some have gone as far as to say she is O on commercial influence, losing her unique edge in favor of chart-topping potential. On the other side, her supporters argue that staying in the jazz prodigy box would have been a career termination. They see this shift as a necessary survival tactic in an industry that discards child stars the moment they grow up. The divide is deep, and as she releases more music, the tension between these two factions only continues to grow, making her the most polarizing figure in modern music. We have received leaked reports of a series of underground studio sessions that could change everything we know about her. Sources close to the production team hint at a project known only as the Vault Sessions, where is reportedly exploring a dark pop sound that is far more aggressive than her public image suggests. This isn't the barefoot girl singing in the moonlight, this is something far more shocking and intense. Reporters have learned that these tracks involve heavy electronic distortion and lyrics that touch on themes of industry betrayal and personal conflict. If these leaks are accurate, her 2026 sound is merely a bridge to a much darker, more controversial era. The speculation is that her label is waiting for the right moment to expose this new side of her, potentially alienating her older fan base in favor of a younger, more edgy demographic. The mystery surrounding these sessions has led to a frenzy among fans, with some fearing she is being pushed too far into a manufactured rebellious phase. Whether this is an authentic expression of her growth or a calculated marketing pivot remains to be seen, but the darkness in these rumored tracks is a far cry from her "Fly Me to the Moon" origins. Is the new sound a choice, or was it a medical necessity to save her career from a total offing? Many vocal coaches are coming to her defense, stating that her 2026 sound is the result of proper vocal hygiene and long-term sustainability. Our news desk spoke with specialists who believe her early technique was a ticking time bomb for her vocal folds. They argue that the smoky sound fans loved was actually a sign of air escaping the glottis, which can lead to nodes or permanent scarring. In this light, her evolution isn't a betrayal but a revelation of professional maturity. These experts claim that her new, cleaner tone is evidence that she has finally learned how to support her voice correctly. Reporters have noted that during her recent 2026 tour stops, she is able to perform for 2 hours without any signs of hoarseness or fatigue, something that would have been impossible with her old style. This perspective shifts the narrative from corporate greed to career longevity. While the sound might be different, the technical truth is that she is now a more durable and reliable performer. For the choice was simple: change the sound or lose the ability to sing entirely before she reached 30. Who is really pulling the strings behind the most famous voice of her generation? Reporters have been investigating the unseen forces within her management team that coincided with her 2026 transformation. There are whispers of a massive contract renegotiation that gave the label final say over her sonic direction. This type of industry interference is common, but with an artist as unique as the results are revealed in every note she sings. We've noticed that her recent interviews are highly scripted, with any questions about her vocal changes being shut down immediately by PR handlers. This level of control suggests that her 2026 sound might be a collaborative product rather than a solo venture. Some speculate that the label exposed her to a new team of Swedish and American producers who specialize in mainstreaming unconventional voices. While the results are commercially stunning, the accusations of her being a vocal puppet are starting to gain traction in the comment sections. Is she the architect of her new sound, or is she simply the face of a high-tech musical machine? The lack of transparency from her inner circle has only made the public more suspicious of her current artistic autonomy. Does the 2026 sound hold up when there's no studio magic to hide behind? Our reporters attended her most recent live showcase to witness the vocal evolution in person, and the results were nothing short of revealed. In a live setting, the power of her new technique is undeniable. She no longer hides behind a microphone, she commands it. However, the shocking part of the performance was the lack of improvisation that used to be her trademark. The show was a masterpiece of precision, but it felt mechanized, almost as if she were afraid to hit a wrong note. This fear of imperfection is a common byproduct of intense vocal coaching. While her pitch was flawless, some audience members reported feeling a disconnect from the performer. Reporters noted that she seems to be singing from a place of calculation rather than emotion. This brings us to a critical junction in her career. She has mastered the science of singing, but has she forgotten the art? The live verdict is a mixed bag of technical brilliance and emotional distance. As she moves forward into 2026, the challenge will be to reintegrate that raw soul into her newly perfected instrument without breaking the system. Is Jordan setting a dangerous new precedent for how young artists are molded in the modern era? Reporters are observing that her 2026 sound is becoming a blueprint for other labels looking to fix their own young talents. This manufactured maturity is a growing trend, where the unique flaws of a singer are polished away in favor of a high-performance sound. Our investigation suggests that this might lead to a homogenization of music, where every Prodigy eventually sounds like the same soul-pop powerhouse. The controversy lies in whether we are losing the humanity of music for the sake of perfection. Is the test case for this experiment? If she succeeds in becoming a global superstar with this new sound, the industry will likely double down on this recoding process for future stars. The truth is that her success could signal the end of the era for raw, unrefined talent. We are watching a transformation that goes beyond one singer. It's a shift in the very definition of vocal greatness. As we analyze her 2026 sound, we aren't just looking at a girl growing up, we're looking at the future of the industry's vocal engineering. Where does the road lead for a voice that has been completely rebuilt for the world stage? As we conclude our report on Jordan's 2026 sound, the revelations are clear. She is no longer the girl we knew, and she likely never will be again. She has traded the mystique of the old world for the power of the new one. While some fans will forever mourn the barefoot jazz singer, the 2026 is a force of nature that cannot be ignored. The shocking reality is that she had to off her old identity to survive the brutal expectations of the modern music world. Whether this was a creative rebirth or a corporate makeover, the results are undeniably impressive. Our final verdict is that her 2026 sound is a masterpiece of modern vocal architecture, but it remains to be seen if it will have the staying power of her early soul-driven work. As the curtain falls on this report, one thing is certain: Jordan has officially entered the big leagues, and the world is listening closer than ever. What do you think about her new sound? Is it a masterpiece or a mistake? The conversation is just beginning, and the verdict is ultimately in your hands as the listener.